So from the stomach, the food goes into the small intestine. And to illustrate the small intestine, I've got a lot of yellow hose pipe. This hose pipe, if I spread it all out, would be 20 metres. And that is the correct length of the horse's small intestine. So if you're keen on dressage, you'll know that will go across your dressage arena from B to E. That's a lot of small intestine. Compared with some other species, it's actually quite short. A cow has 40 metres of small intestine, and our small intestine is about 11 times our body length from crown to rump, and the horse's small intestine is about 8 times its body length. So relatively small, but still very impressive. I should mention, however, that the horse's actual small intestine isn't yellow. So don't get confused there. And the actual small intestine is quite a bit fatter than this, but my hosepipe illustrates it. In order for the horse's relatively coarse food to get through the small intestine without any problems, it does need to be a lot runnier than this. And so the next thing that happens as the food goes through the duodenum is that bile is added to it. Bile is very strong stuff, so we only need a couple of bucketfuls of bile. So bile is made by the liver, and like stomach acid, it's being produced all the time. The only way we can slow down production of the bile is to starve the horse for about 48 hours, and I don't suggest you do that because it ain't good for them. So there's strong old bile. I mean, you know what bile's like. It's what comes up after the lager and the curry. If it's children listening, it's after too much chocolate ice cream. So strong old stuff, the bile. That's produced in the duodenum, which is the first part of the small intestine. And we have a strange situation here that if it happens that the horse hasn't got much food in his stomach because we haven't fed him lately, and he's got a load of acid building up in his stomach, there's nothing in the duodenum except the bile that is produced by the liver. The valve that operates between the stomach and the small intestine can become incompetent, it doesn't work, and it allows bile to backflow into the stomach from the duodenum. Because the bile is so strong, I mean, as we know, it can take the skin off your teeth. It will cause an ulcer just inside that pyloric valve. So if we're working our horse on an empty stomach, we're sloshing up acid in his stomach, that can cause squamous ulcers. And even if he's not working, if he's just in the stable and he hasn't had anything to eat for a long time, he can get pyloric ulcers because there's backflow of bile from the duodenum into the stomach. So, small intestine, lots of twists and turns. Most of it is fitted into the left-hand side of the horse. And to get the food through there successfully and safely, it needs to be between 90 and 95% liquid. So we've got a little bit more to add to our digestive juices. And the last lot is produced by the pancreas, which is a little bit further down the duodenum. And that's another about 35 litres. So I've got 4 more buckets to go out. So our complete stack of buckets now represents the entire quantity of digestive juices produced by the glands accessory to the digestive tract in 24 hours, which is a bit of a mouthful, but it's impressive. And if you're thinking, my gosh, my horse would never drink that much in a day, don't worry, the horse is clever, he recycles it. So he doesn't need to drink this much a day because he can recycle it. From the small intestine, which is very quick, what the horse wants to do is to get the food from his mouth to his back end, if you like, as quickly as possible. So it's well away from his heart and lungs because it's so important to him to be able to flee from predators.